Okay, I'm pretty sure that MetaZoo just sold like 50 to 75,000 special alternate art Cryptid Nation promo cards and pins in one afternoon last weekend. And I think we should talk about that. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Argos Anonymous. I am Argos. Let's talk about Pin Club. What just happened? You know, we were approaching this thing and I didn't even really talk about it because here's what's going on. MetaZoo is expanding as a brand. They're doing what Pokemon did, like in the very beginning. People loved Pokemon, and when people love a brand, they want it to manifest in all different areas of their lives when they really want it. And MetaZoo is just trying to basically bring that to the people. And so one of the things that they have done is they partnered with Pin Club, which is a company that I'll put the link in the description of the video, a company that makes collectible or even non-collectible pins, like little metal pins, like the kind you'd pin to something, you know, like a backpack or whatnot. So MetaZoo partnered with Pin Club, and they made a Cryptid Nation base set, the first wave of these little collectible pins, and they're fun. They're like different cryptids, like Mothman, Jersey Devil, Piazza Bird, Babe the Blue Ox, Sewer Alligator, Sinkhole Sam, all that kind of stuff. And each pin that you bought was $15, but it came with its own special promo card and one other random promo card from among the 10 cryptids available. So I knew this was coming. Here's what I thought. I thought it was going to sell out instantly, or it wasn't really going to sell. That's what I thought. And I was wrong on both accounts. I wasn't sure enough to make a video about it. That was my hunch. That was my feeling, you know? What actually happened was MetaZoo has been undergoing a transformation where they're really trying to get their product to the people without it having to go through scalpers and flippers. The problem is these people are, they're really dedicated, and they'll do absolutely everything possible to buy up as much of an in-demand item as they can. Not just MetaZoo stuff. I have a swimming pool, and I had to pay a 300% markup on chlorine tablets for the same reason. Someone or a group of people just bought up all the chlorine. Next thing you know, it's gone, and you have to buy it on eBay for 3 times the price. It's really an irritating phenomenon for anyone who's not actually doing that. For everyone else, it's just really annoying. It's bad for the stores, it's bad for the consumers, it's bad for everybody except the person who is doing that. So what MetaZoo did is they put out a very large volume of these pins. Well, large by comparison to their other things. Maybe even as many as 10,000 units were available. But then what happened is when they launched this sale of the first edition pin, you had about 35 minutes because they announced the time. They give everyone the same advantage. They said, here's the date, here's the time, show up, buy some pins. And if you did show up on time, you got everything you wanted. Because the first pin and the only pin to actually sell out in the time period was Mothman. And it didn't sell out for 35 minutes. So if you did follow the instructions, if you made it on time, you got what you wanted. But what happened was there was a massive run on Mothman. And I think this is a combination of two things, right? So 10,000 Mothman-ish pins sell out in 35 minutes. And then all of the other stuff goes all afternoon and doesn't sell out. They sold a lot, but they didn't like totally sell out. That's such a huge disparity that it tells me two things are happening. Number one, a lot of people went and bought Mothman first because a lot of people genuinely love Mothman and they want the Mothman card, right? That's number one. Number two, I think there was a coordinated effort by a group of people, probably or multiple groups of people, to find the number one most desirable thing, target it, and wipe it out, right? So people were going in and probably just buying a lot of these things, because I believe Mothman is desirable. I don't know that it's so astronomically more desirable that it would sell out that fast. And plus, what we're seeing already is you're already seeing a lot of Mothman pins and these promo cards sell on eBay at 3 times MSRP. So MetaZoo's not stupid. They're smart. I don't know if you've noticed, they've met with some success so far. This implies a reasonable level of market understanding and intelligence, right? And so true to that, they are modifying what they're doing for the next drop. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. Nightfall pins, a second wave of Pin Club collectible MetaZoo pins and promo cards has been confirmed. What we have seen are the shadows of, I think, approximately 15 different cryptids from Nightfall, including, I think we're going to see another Mothman, Headless Horseman, Wendigo, Indrid Cold, who is like the main villain of MetaZoo. These and a lot of other cool Nightfall beasties are going to show up in these pins. And the cards, if they're the gold rarity version, these alternate art pin cards, the gold ones are going to be hollow, which if you've seen MetaZoo, you know it's going to be a nice looking card. Each of these pins will probably, I don't know, I'm assuming they'll cost the same as before, $15. And each pin will come with the promo card associated with that pin. So Indrid Cold will come with Indrid Cold alternate art, but you'll also get one other card that is like a random card associated with the other pins in the set, which means you could collect all of the cards without having to buy all of the pins. In fact, on average, you could collect, say, half the pins or buy half the pins, and then you can get, on average, all of the cards because you're getting 2 cards per pin, which is nice. But the big difference is with the Nightfall pin sale, which is coming up very soon. It's going to be Saturday, September 25th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, both on the MetaZoo Marketplace site and the Pin Club site. These Nightfall pins will go up for sale. But the difference is this time, you can't pick the specific beastie that you want to buy. It's going to be a random drop. So if you go and you buy, you can't go buy 1,000 Mothmen or whatever, you know. You can buy a bunch of pins, but you don't know what you're going to get, and you're probably going to get a random assortment of pins. You know, just a nice little variety pack. And my assumption is this is to prevent the targeting of one pin out of the group where it just gets wiped out and then it gets immediately resold. What this is just, it's how to help distribute the pins. It may also help from a manufacturing perspective because now they can produce an equal number of pins and promos, you know, for all of the cards instead of having to go and produce like a totally off balance amount of one thing or have a bunch of leftover of something else. So it's going to be interesting. I guess what this means is if you show up on time, most likely you'll get to order some pins. It's probably not going to sell out immediately. What you don't know is, are you going to get the one that you want? So a nice way to do it would be to like order a few and cross your fingers, right? Or have a couple friends that go in on it and you each order a few and then you trade. Or if you get the wrong one, sell it on eBay, use the money, buy what you wanted from someone else. I'm going to order a variety of these pins so that I can offer them as like prizing for Patreon things or just YouTube events and stuff like that later on down the road. I think these pins and these promos will be really good prizes, but that's just me, you know, and then I'll order a few more just to slap on a backpack for a convention or something like that. But let me know what you think. You know, MetaZoo is really trying, like they're really trying a lot of different things to get product to people and to get it over the scalpers, you know, and like nothing's ever perfect in life, but there has been improvement, and it's very interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting to see how this next pin drop goes. Now, what do I think about this? What do I think is going to happen? I think this sale is going to start, and I think if you're on time or even a little bit late, you're going to be able to order some. I don't think it'll sell out right away. And then I think that they will cut off the sale at some point, and then like you always see, no matter how many of these things sell, you always see people who regret not getting it, which means there's going to be a secondary market for these things, especially as time passes. That's how this works, you know. So if you go and you like them, I'm not saying, you know, empty your bank into pins. I'm just saying if you get a couple of pins and later on you feel like, I bought too many pins, you know, there's going to be someone else who probably buy your pin. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I've got. Stay tuned. We're gonna talk about Topps and MetaZoo soon because the Topps drop is coming up at the end of the month, and we need to talk about that. Other than that, we have Nightfall allocations coming in soon. A lot of stores are listing pre-orders. We're seeing a lot of people getting bundles. We're also seeing a lot of those pre-orders selling out really, really fast. So I hope to start being able to have MSRP Nightfall games and stuff like that in contests on this channel to try and help distribute some more of that delicious, precious first edition Nightfall to you fine MetaZoo folk. That's all I've got for now. Thank you, MetaFam, for stopping by. I always do appreciate it. Shout out to you, Argos Anon patrons. You are all awesome. Argos out.